Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmanitanjena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yam Pravajantam Anupeta Apeta Krityam Vapayano Viraha Katara Ajuhava Bhuteti Tanmayataya Taravo Binedus Tam Savabhutam Hridayam Munimanatasmi Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatam Vyasam Tuto Jayamudirayat Bhaktya Vihina Paradalakshay Kiptaschakamari Tarangamadye Kripamai Tvam Sharanam Papana Prinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tave Vasmi Najivami Tvayavina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayanam Charanandike Pancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So we're going to continue with chapter 5 of Sri Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, composed by Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, about the meeting of Sri Jiva Gosvami with Sri Nityananda Prabhu in Navadvip and their subsequent travel around the 9 islands and doing extraordinary prikrama. The first prikrama, the one that we all follow now, by the mercy of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we begin by offering our most humble obeisance unto the lotus feet of our beloved Gurus, unto Sri Guru Pada Padmanitha Bhavishta, Om Vishnu Padasto Tarasat Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, and Sri Guru Pada Padmanitha Bhavishta, Om Vishnu Padasto Tarasat Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and our exalted Rupanuga Guru Varga. Right. So we left off where Nityananda Prabhu had gone from the Yog Pit, the place of Mahaprabhu's birth and his house, to the places of the Panchatattva, right? Advaita Bhavan, Gadadhar Bhavan, his house, Srivasangan Chandrasekhar's place. I don't know if we mentioned or not, at Chandrasekhar Acharya's place, this is where Mahaprabhu had done the first drama, sort of apparently a precursor to modern dramas done in Bengal on spiritual subject matters. In any case, it was very elaborately described in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And he himself had taken the role of Rukmini. And different personalities had different roles, right? But when he came out as Rukmini and was dancing, nobody could recognize him. They all were so absorbed in his display of transcendental moods. And remember, Mahaprabhu now, he's come in the mood and with the complexion of Srimati Radhika. He doesn't look like Krishna. Well, he looks like Krishna, but he also looks like Radhika. So he looks like Krishna with a golden complexion, but his moods, his sentiments are those of Srimati Radhika. And Rukmini, of course, all the queens of Dwarka are expansions from Radhika. And so everyone there was so immersed in his display of transcendental emotion, they couldn't realize that he was, in fact, even Mother Shachi couldn't recognize this as her own son. It was so amazing. And then different people saw him according to their own moods of devotion, right? And so it was, different forms of Radhika as the goddess of fortune in her different displays of service to Sri Krishna and his various expansions and pastimes. So, at any rate, from there they went on, and they went to some different ghats. And they went to the ghat of Madhai, right? Madhai Ghat, where that he had built, wanting to atone for all the terrible actions he had performed, he and his brother, prior to getting the mercy of Mahaprabhu. And then they went to Barakona Ghat, a very extraordinary ghat actually constructed by Vishvakarma on the order of Mahaprabhu. So imagine what that must have been like, huh? Any case, so now Nityananda says, "O Jiva," now they go to Pancha Shivalaya Ghat. "O Jiva," Nityananda Prabhu says, "here at this ghat are 5 Shiva temples, where 5 gleaming Shiva lingas are splendidly situated. The 4 aforementioned ghats enhance the splendor of Mayapur. By bathing at these ghats, all miseries are removed. The area east of Mayapur is known by everyone as Antardwipa. Now, according to Sriman Mahaprabhu's supreme will, no one is residing at this place, and it will remain uninhabited like this for many more days. By the influence of time, people will again reside here, and this place will manifest as the glory of Nadia." Right, and after the Ganga, sometime after this, a few years after this, the Ganga changed course and submerged all of this, then changed course again, and by the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it was all open again, but the town wasn't rebuilt, and it was little village places and farming areas, and he rediscovered all of these different places, and just like the Goswamis had discovered the pastime places of Krishna in Vrindavan by their internal vision, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by reference to different scriptures describing Mahaprabhu's pastimes during his time and the relationship between the different villages and all, and then of course by his own internal confirmation and by the confirmation of great saints like Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he reestablished all of that. And just as the Goswamis in Vrindavan had been given that order by Mahaprabhu, by Mahaprabhu to rediscover and reclaim the lost pastime places of Krishna in Braj, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur had that role in Mayapur. And just as they had been instructed to instruct by writing transcendental literature and showing perfect behavior, sadachar and prachar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur did the same thing, reviving their literatures and writing so much of his own. So he's given that title the 7th Goswami, Saptam Goswami, because of his extraordinary contributions. So now, through his vision, we're hearing Nityananda Prabhu continue to speak. "Jiva, today you should stay here in Mayapur, and tomorrow I will take you to Simantadwipa. Hearing this, Sri Jiva said, "Prabhu, a doubt has arisen in my mind. When Ganga Devi again uncovers Mayapur, what signs will enable the devotees to clearly determine the hidden location of Jogapit? Please describe this in detail." Upon hearing the words of Sri Jiva, Sri Nityananda Prabhu responded with words that were just like nectar. Listen, O Jiva, when Ganga covers Mayapur, one corner of it will remain intact. Although many Javanas will reside here, this place will still be named Mayapur. 500 or 1,000 meters southwest of the part that remains intact, a raised area will be seen that is always covered with grass. That very place is the residence of Jagannath Mishra. 10 meters from here is the temple of Vrida Shiva. Devotees will ascertain these places according to this measurement. So this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur revealing his own calculations as well, right? When he was rediscovering these places. And it's told that when, after he had had his vision, one evening on his veranda in Godrumadweep, at his house, when he saw the effulgence and heard the sounds of extraordinary kirtan at that place across the river, when he went there and inquired, the local farmers had said, oh, this place we can't farm because no matter what plant we crop, or what crop we plant, sorry, it doesn't grow, and only Tulsi grows here. Only Tulsi grows here. And so then he could understand, oh, this must be the Jog Pit, the place of Mahaprabhu's birth. Here, a trench named Shiva Doba will be seen. This trench will indicate that earlier the river Ganga flowed here. In this way, according to Sri Mahaprabhu's desire, the devotees will reveal these lost places. Know this for certain. 400 years after the appearance of Sriman Mahaprabhu, the attempt to recover the lost holy places will begin. So Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486, right? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur had retired at that time to Godrum, and that was about the time when he was doing this and compiling many of his extraordinary literatures. So, Sri Jiva said, O Prabhu, now please explain to me the real reason for this place being named Antardwipa. Sri Nityananda Prabhu said, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, Brahma performed austerities here, desiring to receive Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy. During Sri Krishna's pastimes, Brahma tried to delude Govinda by stealing the calves and cowherd boys. Seeing his own deceit defeated, the four-headed Brahma became very unhappy due to his offenses. After speaking many words of glorification, Brahma begged forgiveness at Sri Krishna's feet, and the Lord of Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, indeed forgave him. Right? Because actually Brahma had been stimulated by Yogamaya to do this. Right? Brahma is the leader of our sampradaya, right? The guru of Narad, who's the guru of Vedavyas, and had been influenced to do this pastime in that way. But still, he felt greatly aggrieved by that. And in that 14th chapter of the 10th canto, the prayers that he made to Sri Govinda, extraordinary prayers, which are quoted extensively, helping us understand our tattva. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, quoted so many times, in Chaitanya Shikshamrita, in other commentaries on Bhagavatam and other literatures, these prayers are quoted because so many of the profound truths and conceptions in our specific philosophy, Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, given by Mahaprabhu, can be supported in these prayers. Right? So, and also Lord Brahma, as the first living being and the by the inspiration of the Lord within his heart, the source of the original Vedas themselves, he's, the greatest authority. He's the father and guru of so many sages throughout the universe. So you can't cite a higher authority. Right? Even in our Sampradaya, of course, Rupa Gosvami, is our greatest authority. But we all come in that line. And even Mahaprabhu claims, and calls himself in that line of Lord Brahma through Vedavyas, through Madhvacharya, right, through Madhavendra Puri, like that. So now, seeing his own deceit defeated, the four-headed Brahma became very unhappy due to his offenses. After speaking many words of glorification, Brahma begged forgiveness at Sri Krishna's feet, and the Lord of Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, indeed forgave him. Then Brahma thought in his mind, "For me to think that I am the creator of the universe is most contemptible. This faulty understanding alone deprives me of Krishna Prem and of relishing the rasas of the pastimes of Braj." Why? Because so much pride and false abhiman, false conception of one's own glory and position, right? Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays that, if I think myself a Vaishnava, then how will I become appropriately humble to chant the holy name? If I think myself a guru and I offer my remnants to others, how, such an obstacle for my bhakti. Right? So Brahma is thinking like that, because I had this desire to create, I was given this post, and now it's become such an obstacle to me. Right? He says, if I had taken birth as a cowherd boy, I would have easily obtained service to Sri Krishna, the master of the gopis. I did not have the great fortune to relish the rasa of those pastimes. But now I will not have any wicked mentality towards Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Saying this, Lord Brahma began to meditate and perform austerities in this very same Antardwipa. Because Lord Brahma, he knows by his own experience that now Krishna as Mahaprabhu is going to appear, and this is his place. Antardwipa is the place of Sridham Mayapur. So it's here that he's going to do his worship. Sometime later, Sri Gaurachandra mercifully appeared before the four-headed Brahma and said, "O Brahma, being satisfied with your austerities, I have come to give you that boon for which you are hankering." When Brahma opened his eyes and saw Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he became unconscious and fell to the ground. Oh my, can you imagine? One day, this will happen to us. One day we will have that time when the Lord appears directly before our vision as well. And what circumstance, who can say? But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said that once someone has taken to this practice of bhakti, heard from self-realized soul, right, studied these granths and developed this desire, that except in the most extraordinary, unfortunate circumstance, that person will definitely ultimately achieve the objective of love of God and promotion to the spiritual realm. The only danger is aparad. Aparad, offense, is not only a danger to the destruction of our bhakti lata, but also it impedes us at every step. Chanting, when we're chanting, this always occurs to me, that if we could just chant with love the beautiful Sri Nam, then what could stand in our way? Nothing. I heard this beautiful audio of Srila Prabhupada talking about how Krishna, he just wants us to have the proper mood of love. And he says, think about it. What can you actually offer Krishna? What can we offer? He owns everything. And the more you meditate on that and expand on that conception of what he owns, we're on this one little tiny planet in one of the smallest of all the universes, right? And in this planet, to us, there's so much opulence, so many things, and you might acquire something a little bit, right? But Krishna, he already owns all of that. And then this universe is like a tiny mustard seed and a bag, huge bag of mustard seeds, right? And this is only a partial aspect of Krishna's entire energies. And he's within every atom and within the heart of all the living entities, pervading all of these universes, all of the planets in this universe. We're so tiny. He said, so what can you offer Krishna? He says he needs nothing, but he wants your love. And then Srila Prabhupada begins to speak, and you can see this internal mood of love and humility is welling in his heart. And he speaks. He said, oh, what can I offer? You know, I am so wretched, most rotten, insignificant. But I have brought you this. And when he says that, he says, I have brought you this. And his voice just cracks with humility and emotion. But I have brought you this. Please accept it. And then he's quiet. And he says, we have to cultivate this kind of mood. He says, be very careful. You're dealing with Krishna. So now we're hearing about the same Krishna who has come just by his own compassion to give us this most wonderful, highest gift. And now we're hearing about the great Lord Brahma praying to Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu is coming before him. And this will awaken in us some desire to have that same kind of urgency, humility, desperation to serve with this kind of love, with this kind of humility. Serve Sri Nam. The Lord put his foot on Brahma's head. Receiving transcendental knowledge, Brahma began to offer prayers. I am very low and wretched, he said. Being controlled by pride, I committed offenses at your feet, and as a result, I am absorbed in mundane enjoyment. That's the result of aparad. We can't give up our attachments. It's maddening. It's maddening. Brahma continues, all scriptures declare that I, Brahma, Panchanana, Shiva, Indra, and all other demigods are your subjugated servants. It is not our fortune to become your pure servants. Therefore, Maya has covered us with her net of illusion. The first half of my life has passed, and now I am most anxious about how the second half will pass. My mind is disturbed by many difficulties because of being indifferent toward you. My only prayer at your feet is that I may join you as your associate in your manifest pastimes. May I attain such a birth that my conceit in being the creator will be removed, that I may remain with you the whole time, and that I may glorify you. Here's a key to understanding bhakti. He's praying for a condition. Put me in a situation where my pride will be crushed, where I have no room for conceit, right? And devotee sees everything in that way. When we're convinced that Krishna is our best friend and well-wisher, then whatever happens to us is done by him to help us along in our path. Tenu kampam susamikshamano. This is one of the prayers Lord Brahma offers in that 14th chapter. One who sees that anything that's happening in life, any difficulty that one's experiencing, he says, one translation says, and accepts it as a result of his own karma and tolerates, is eligible for your bhakti. But a deeper translation, understanding, given by our Vaishnava acharyas, is that it means that Krishna is himself directing this. That when one is taken to the path of bhakti, then we're not under the aegis of karma, we're under the aegis of Krishna's own hand. It's a semblance. It looks like karma, but it's Krishna. So he says, make me in a humble position. And hearing Brahma's prayer, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, so be it, and bestowed the boon upon him. Sriman Mahaprabhu said, at the time my pastimes manifest, you will take birth in a Yavana's house. You will always think of yourself as low and fallen. Your name will be Hari Das, and you will be free from all pride. Daily, 300,000 names of Hari will dance upon your tongue, and at the time of leaving this world, you will have darshan of me. Remember that beautiful story in Antya-lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Mahaprabhu grants Haridas's desire to leave in his old age while he's ill before Mahaprabhu's pastimes end. So the last thing he sees before him is Mahaprabhu, and then Mahaprabhu picks up the transcendental body of Haridas and dances with it for hours, chanting the holy names, and then with his own hand digs the samadhi of Haridas Thakur and places him in it. By virtue of this practice, at the end of the second half of your present birth, you will attain this Sri Navadvip Dham and be absorbed in eternal rasa. O Brahma, listen to these words from my heart. Do not reveal them here and there in different scriptures. Having taken the mood of a devotee, I will relish the rasa of bhakti and manifest the supremely rare process of Sankirtan. I will drown in the rasa of Braj with all the devotees who were present at the time of my other incarnations. My heart is controlled by Sri Radhika's prem. I will take her bhav and bodily luster and appear in this material world. Accepting her bhav, I will taste the happiness that Sri Radha experiences in serving me. From today itself, you will attain the position of being my disciple, and later as Haridas, you will always serve me. So Mahaprabhu has appeared and given Brahma this perfection. Ordinarily, Lord Brahma's Ishtadev was, he was the Purusha avatar form of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, expansion of Sankarshan. But now Mahaprabhu has appeared before him and brought him to this extraordinary level. The disciple of Mahaprabhu and introduction and acceptance into this realm of Braj Prem. From Gora Prem can come Braj Prem. Wow. So, I've come to taste this, Mahaprabhu said, and don't tell people this yet. My pastimes have to take place. And then in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur reveals a few times, he says that in the future, Vedavyas, when he compiles the Bhagavatam again, the pastimes of Mahaprabhu will be there, right? But he didn't want to reveal them in the Bhagavatam. They were hidden pastimes. And we get the verses that reveal those confidentially, But for his Leela to take place properly, it was better that people did not know this so clearly. Right? Only some. Only some. So, saying this, Srimad Mahaprabhu disappeared and Lord Brahma fell to the ground unconscious. Again gaining consciousness, he restlessly began to call out, O Gauranga, O friend of the fallen, O you who are loving toward the devotees, when will I attain your lotus feet? Brahma wept like this for many days. Then he again returned to Brahmalok to perform his duties as Brahma, as given by the Supreme Lord. This lowly, fallen, and insignificant Bhaktivinoda, whose desire is to attain the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Janavi, is singing the glories of Nadia. Wow. Okay. Now I'm going to pause for a moment and I'm going to stop this